How are you feeling today comparative to maybe where you were last week, where you were on Sunday?
Feeling way better than last week, definitely. Last week was a little rough, but hey, we made it through. All glory to God.
AR, can you explain what the injury is and I guess when it happened or how it happened?
Just dealing with my back, just lower back stuff. Last week was tough. I couldn't even stand up on Tuesday. Could barely even walk. Crawling around the house. But I'm here. I'm standing now. If I can do everything in my power to get on the field, I'm gonna do so. That was my mindset last week as well. But I could barely move. So.
Anthony, have you ever dealt with spasms before?
Yeah, I have. Been dealing with stuff like this in about like 8th grade, but it's never been this severe. It was definitely a little scary last year. I mean, not last week, not being able to move, but like I said, I'm standing up now, and I'm looking forward to playing this week if I can.
Do you know what causes them? Has that been something they looked into?
I got an MRI. They checked it out. It says it's a disc thing that's been there for a while, but I guess it got triggered the wrong way last week, and it did what it did.
In a season in which there's been so many stops and starts, how important is it to you to finally get out there, close out the season on the field with your team?
God's willing, if I'm able to go out there with my teammates this week, it's just great to finish off the season, with a victory, because that'll just instill some confidence in us going into the offseason, and just find some ways to fine-tune certain things and just get better as players and just get better for the organization.
It had to be frustrating for you to be on the sidelines watching that. Could you take us through your mindset as you watch that game slip away?
Yeah, honestly, just preparing throughout that week. I knew it was going to be tough for me to, potentially step out on the field, so that was kind of hurting me. And then just watching the game and not being able to, go out there and help my teammates, it definitely hurts a lot, especially considering everything that was on the line for us. But, to each his own. We got to find some ways to get better, in and outside of the building, and, just find a way to get victories next season.
You said you've been dealing with these back injuries for years, or back issues for years. Is there something chronic? Is it kind of going away on its own? Like, how do you view just your back?
I never viewed it as a problem. I just thought it was more so just muscle tightness from just working out and running a lot. But it might be chronic, but there's plenty of ways to prevent it, going on in the future. And now that I know that what it is, I can find certain ways to stay out of certain positions, just make sure I'm healthy 100%.
Did they talk to you about potentially needing surgery at all? Or?
No, they said that it's not that severe, but God's willing. I hope it never gets that severe up to that point. I just hope I can just keep playing throughout the rest of my career with no problems.
The MRI showed a disc issue. Is that kind of what the MRI showed you?
Yeah, that's what it was.
You had a stretch of number of games in a row that you were able to play and finish. I guess what was sort of of his frustration, just the emotions of, I'm sure you wanted to be out there just to deal with this again.
Like I said, it's tough, especially just watching us lose the way we did, especially with everything that was, on the line and on the table for us. You never want to lose games in this league, especially, going out like that, ending playoff, potential. But, like I said, it gives us opportunity, to go into this week, get a victory and just get better for next season.
Anthony, maybe this doesn't matter, and I know you're kind of in your own little bubble, but when you're not out there and you have had injuries, people make assumptions. This guy's not tough, whatever it is. What do you say to that?
Man, everybody got their own opinion. I'm not mad at it. I have missed games due to injury. So there is, enough information for them to go out there and say stuff like that. But, it is what it is, man. It's a tough league. You got to be tough to go out there and play through injuries and fight through certain things. I try my best to do so when I can. And when I can't, that's just what it is. And, hopefully next year, or this week coming up, if I'm able to go, hopefully I don't miss any games and I can just stay healthy and just play.
What do you think you need to, improve the most as a passer this year, knowing that you're last in the league in completion percentage?
Being smart with the ball, of course, making decisions, down the field, taking deep shots when I have the opportunity to do so, but just taking the easy things. I feel like that's one area in my game that I can grow a lot in, just taking the easy completions, taking the checkdowns when I can, and just moving the ball down the field so the offense can stay on the field and we can put up points. I feel like that's something I'm going to be looking forward to this offseason, making sure I'm being accurate with every pass, especially the short and intermediate stuff.
How are you doing with the back? But assuming you go into the offseason relatively healthy, how big do you think an offseason where you're not rehabbing for months can be for you in your development?
Well, I think it'd be great, honestly. Give me a chance to reset, finally take some time to take a deeper dive into certain things, certain aspects of my life, certain things that can help me, when it comes to the season next year. And just also just perfecting, when it comes to football, certain drills and just being, intentional about that instead of, worrying about a shoulder injury and stuff like that.
In a season in which this team collectively has experienced a lot of adversity, what would a win Sunday do for this locker room to close out the year?
Like I said, it just give us confidence going into the offseason, knowing that we are a great physical and fun football team to watch. But it just gives guys, just the excitement to know that, coming out of this season with a victory, it'll just lead us into, next season rolling and just having fun.
What's the biggest thing you learned in 2024?
Man, adversity is great. Some people look at it as a bad thing, but I feel like adversity, it allows you to, grow, change as a person and just get better. So I'm thankful for this past year, and I think 2024 is a year of adversity for us.
What did you
Last one.
just learn about yourself throughout that whole year?
Just keep fighting. Control what you can control. Everything's not going to go in your way. Everything's not going in your favor. But it's life. That's how life is, and it just matter how you fight back and how you respond to certain things. Is how you just go out there and try to just be better every single day.